It's alright, I won't tell Denmark if you don't like them, it's fine. It's a wonderful city and a wonderful country, and I was playing there, but it's really difficult to play in the street. They're very strict about stuff. I got out on the first day and set my stuff up and started playing, and this policeman came over and he was like, can you turn down? Can you stop selling CDs? Can you stop selling drugs and guns? And I know, right? Chill out. So the second day I went back and I found a place that the police couldn't find me, and trouble is nobody else could find me either. It's kind of playing to myself most of the days, but at some point this old gentleman walked over and he sat on the wall opposite me, and he closed his eyes and he sat and he listened for about an hour. Didn't buy a CD, but it's up to him. Honestly, it was just lovely to have somebody else there hanging out and listening. When I finished, I was packing my stuff up, and he came over and we had this chat. He told me this really sad story. He was from Australia. That's not the sad bit. But him and his wife had never travelled outside of Australia before. So they made this deal with each other years ago. They said, look, when the kids have grown up and they've left home, when we've stopped working, let's go and see the world together. We'll just go off for a few years and we'll see everything that we've always wanted to see. So every month, for years and years, they saved some money and they put money aside. Eventually, the kids grew up and they left and they stopped working, and they had this money, so they booked their tickets and their flights. I believe they booked the Euro hostel in Scotland. And everything was set, everything was ready to go, and then suddenly, very sadly, his wife died out of the blue. And what I thought was amazing about this guy is that he'd never been out of his country before. He was 75 years old, and he just lost his best friend and his life partner, and this man still decided to go on this trip, kind of, I guess out of respect to her, and I travel for a living. I'm half his age, and I travel with some of my best mates, and it's still confronting and lonely and weird at times, so I can only imagine what this trip must have been like for him at times. And it was just one of the most brave things I've ever heard from someone, really, and I walked away and I couldn't get this guy out of my head. And so, me being me, I started writing a really sad song about it, and I got halfway through this song. I loved it. I loved where it was going, but I sort of felt like I told his story. I said everything that I knew about him, and I didn't want to start making things up like he was an astronaut or whatever. So I kept on playing this song. I was like, where can I take this? What can I do with this? And I was playing it one day in the street, and this woman came along, and she sat down next to me, and she heard this half a song, and she, at the end of it, she burst into tears, and which, to be honest, is quite often the effect I have on women, so it was fairly normal for me. But no, it turns out her boyfriend had just broken up with her and found a young woman and dumped her after 10 or 15 years together. We sat up drinking apple juice all night, and nothing happened. No, it didn't. No. There's a time and a place for the Fonz, and that wasn't it. Yeah, I guess I decided to write the second half of the song about her, because although their stories were so different, they were both kind of left alone. They're both travelling alone. So this song is for those two people, wherever they're travelling now. It's called Travelling Alone. Thank you so much for being so patient. Australian man, Scandinavian tan, kicking stones round the square. He sat for a while and carved out a smile, as if someone cared. Said I'm a long way from the Gold Coast, furthest I've ever known. Oh, this just ain't my home. It was my wife's idea, but she's no longer here. She left me traveling alone. Silence ring out like a bell. Oh, I never heard silence like last night in my expensive hotel. Oh, and I'm lost in a shadow, trying to catch the rain. But I never heard silence till I heard it today. She walked out of the hotel, and I could still smell the smoke. A burning heart lived inside. She said men are all assholes, and life's a bad joke. She laughed and started to cry. 10 years with this man, oh, and a lifetime of plans. You see, I loved him to his bones, but now I've lines on my skin, and he's traded me in and left me traveling alone. Silence, come and hit me like a train. Well, I never felt silence like blood course through my veins. Oh, and I'm lost in a shadow, and I'm trying to catch the rain. I never heard silence till I heard it today. Never heard silence till I heard